Welcome to your English podcast channel. You're here with your favorite host, Jack, and his co-host, Emily, ready to help you learn English through fun, simple conversations.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to your English podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emily. We're thrilled you're joining us for the launch of our 5-part series, How to Think in English, Mindset Training Tips. Today, in Chapter 1, we're diving deep into cultivating an English mindset, the crucial foundation for training your mind to operate directly in English, rather than translating from your native language.
That's right. Many learners get stuck because they translate each thought, idea to native language to English. Not only is this slow, it also creates awkward phrasing and breaks the flow of conversation.
So our goal today is to help you reprogram your mental operating system so that English becomes the default. We'll cover 5 core exercises: inner monologue practice, daily thought journaling, native language filter switching, self-talk during tasks, and identifying and correcting translation traps. Ready, Jack?
Let's go.
Our first exercise is called inner monologue practice. The idea is simple. As you go about your day, silently name objects, actions, and sensations in English.
To demonstrate, I'm going to look around my recording space and name 5 things, only in English. Here we go. 1, this is a microphone. 2, that is a pop filter. 3, on the desk I see a laptop. 4, there's a coffee mug next to my right hand. 5, I can hear my air conditioner humming.
Perfect. Now I'll add 5 more. 1, I see a bookshelf filled with notebooks. 2, a pen holder holds at least 6 pens and pencils. 3, my desk lamp is switched on. 4, there's a water bottle by my left elbow. 5, and I feel the soft chair cushion beneath me.
Listeners, pause this episode for just 15 seconds. Take a look around you, your room, your office, or even the cafe you're in, and silently name 5 items in English.
Welcome back. How did that feel? Maybe a bit strange at first. Your brain isn't used to it. That's exactly why we do it. Repeat this exercise 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening, for a week. Notice how after a few days it starts to feel more natural.
Next, let's talk about daily thought journaling. Every morning, or any consistent time that works for you, write down 1 or 2 simple sentences in English about your thoughts, plans, or feelings.
I do this every day right after I wake up. My routine is grab my notebook, write the date, and then write 2 sentences. Here's what I wrote this morning. I woke up feeling optimistic about our new series. I will spend 30 minutes practicing inner monologue before breakfast.
Notice 2 things. You're using present tense and simple structure. You don't need fancy vocabulary. The goal is to think in English right away before your brain switches to your native language.
Listeners, your challenge. Tomorrow morning, write 1 simple sentence in English. Keep it clear, keep it short.
Now we move to a mindset shift I call switching off the native language filter. Many of us have an inner voice that automatically translates from our first language. We need to flip that switch.
One trick is to narrate your actions in English as you do them, even if it's silent. For example, when you're washing dishes, I turn on the faucet. I place the dishes under running water. I squeeze soap onto the sponge.
Let's role-play that. Emily, you're making tea. Narrate it in English for our listeners.
I fill the kettle with water. I place it on the stove and turn on the heat. I set a tea bag into my favorite mug. I pour steaming water into the cup. I stir and let it steep for 3 minutes.
See how natural that sounds? It feels a bit odd at first, but with practice, it becomes second nature.
Listeners, during one routine task today, cooking, cleaning, walking, try narrating silently in English.
Building on narration, our 4th exercise is self-talk during daily tasks. This goes beyond describing actions. It's about talking yourself through tasks, making plans, giving yourself instructions, all in English.
For example, when I work out, okay, 10 push-ups. Good form, back straight, elbows tight. Now rest for 30 seconds. Next, 15 squats, feet shoulder width apart.
And while doing paperwork, I might think, first, I'll open the report. Then I'll check the sales figures. Next, I need to highlight the key trends.
Listeners, pick one task and self-talk it internally in English for just 2 minutes today.
Finally, we come to spotting and correcting translation traps. These are phrases you habitually translate literally from your native language.
Let's look at 3 common traps. 1. I have hunger. I'm hungry. 2. Make a photo. Take a photo. 3. I'm agree. I agree. Listeners, think of one phrase you often translate. Write it down and look up the natural English equivalent.
Once you have your trap and correction, say the correct version aloud 5 times. I take a shower. To make this systematic, keep a small trap list on your phone. Every time you catch yourself translating literally, add the incorrect and correct versions to your list and review them daily. We've covered 5 powerful exercises: inner monologue, journaling, filter switching, self-talk, and trap correction.
Now your practice challenge this week. Inner monologue 3 times daily. Journaling. Write 1 sentence every morning. Narration task. 1 routine activity, 2 minutes. Self-talk. Task. 1 activity, 2 minutes. Trap correction. Say corrected phrase 5 times daily.
Keep a simple log, bullet points, or checkboxes so you can track your consistency and progress.
In Chapter 2, we'll build on this foundation by describing your world in English, practicing observation walks, micro stories, and sensory drills.
Thanks for tuning in. See you next time for Chapter 2.
Next chapter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your English podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emily. In Chapter 1, we learned how to cultivate an English mindset. Now it's time to describe your world in English, to train your brain to observe and narrate everything around you without translating.
Exactly. When you practice describing your surroundings, telling micro stories, and engaging your 5 senses in English, you build direct associations and expand your expressive power.
Today we'll cover 4 key exercises: the observation walk, 5-sentence micro stories, the sensory language drill, and real-life event descriptions. Let's get started. First up is the observation walk. Imagine we're on a slow walk through a small park. I'll narrate out loud in English. Feel free to speak along or silently in your mind.
Ready, Emily? Go.
I step onto a narrow path covered in soft green grass. To my left, a row of cherry blossom trees stands in full bloom, their petals drifting gently to the ground. I can hear the soft chirping of sparrows high up in the branches. A light breeze carries the faint scent of freshly cut grass. Ahead, I spot a weathered wooden bench with peeling blue paint.
Now I'll add the sounds and textures.
I hear the distant laughter of children playing on a swing set. Underfoot, the gravel crunches softly with each step. Occasionally, a cyclist zooms past, their tires humming against the pavement. I feel the sun's warmth on my shoulders through the thin morning air.
Listeners, pause the podcast now. Stand up, take a 1-minute stroll around your room, garden, or neighborhood, and silently narrate what you see and hear in English.
Welcome back. How was that? Did you notice how your brain searched for English words first? That's the goal. Repeat this exercise daily for the next week. Your vocabulary recall and descriptive ability will improve rapidly.
Next is the 5-sentence micro stories exercise. I'll give a prompt, then Jack will create a story on the spot. Ready? What's our prompt?
A bookstore owner finds a mysterious old letter.
I'll start.
Every morning, the bookstore owner swept the dusty wooden floorboards of her tiny shop. One afternoon, she discovered a yellowed envelope tucked behind a row of vintage classics. She carefully opened it and found a handwritten letter dated 50 years ago. The letter spoke of a hidden safe buried under the bookstore's back room floor. With trembling hands, she moved a loose floorboard and found the safe waiting to be unlocked.
Now you try. Pause, choose a simple prompt, and craft your own 5-sentence story in English.
Well done. These stories don't have to be perfect. They're about fluidity. Over time, extend to 8 or 10 sentences, but start small.
Third, we have the sensory language drill. Native speakers use all 5 senses to bring descriptions to life. Let's practice on something simple. A piece of fruit.
I hold a ripe peach in my hand. Its fuzzy skin feels velvety against my fingertips. The sweet aroma of summer fruit drifts up, reminding me of sunny orchards. When I bite into it, the juice runs down my chin, bursting with sweet tart flavor. In the background, I hear birds singing and leaves rustling in a gentle breeze.
Great. Now I'll describe a cup of tea.
I lift the porcelain cup to my nose and inhale the delicate scent of chamomile. The warm steam brushes my face softly. As I sip, the smooth liquid coats my tongue with a mild sweetness and herbal earthiness. I can hear the faint clink of the saucer when I set it down. The room feels calm and peaceful as I savor each sip.
Listeners, pick any object or experience near you and mentally go through all 5 senses. Narrating in English. Do this 3 times this week. Exercise 4 is real-life event description. Choose a recent event in your life and describe it to an imaginary friend in English, including at least 3 sensory details and 1 emotional reaction.
I'll begin. Yesterday, I tried a new Italian restaurant. Last night, I went to Bella Roma Bistro with 2 friends. The restaurant's interior glowed with warm amber lights and rustic brick walls. The aroma of garlic and fresh basil wafted from the open kitchen. I savored every bite of my spaghetti carbonara, the creamy sauce rich with parmesan and crispy pancetta. I felt happy and slightly indulgent as we laughed over shared stories.
Now I'll describe an evening walk.
Yesterday evening, I walked along the riverside promenade. The sky was painted in shades of purple and pink as the sun set. I could hear the gentle lap of water against the stone embankment. A faint, cool breeze brushed my face, carrying the scent of wet earth. As I strolled, I felt peaceful and reflective, grateful for a quiet moment alone.
Listeners, pause again and describe a real-life event from today or yesterday with 3 sensory details and how it made you feel. Before we wrap up, let's address common challenges and tips.
Common challenges. 1. Word. Search freeze. Pick simpler words. 2. Over-describing. Focus on 1 or 2 strong sensory impressions. 3. Translation. Snags. Describe in simpler English rather than force a literal translation. Quick tips. Keep a quick reference list of adjectives. Set a 1-minute time limit per description. Record and review your practice.
Here's your practice challenge for Chapter 2.
First observation walk. Narrate for 1 minute daily. Second, micro story. Write 1 5-sentence story 3 times this week. Third, sensory drill. Describe an object using all 5 senses 3 times this week. Fourth event. Description. Describe 1 real-life event twice this week.
Track your exercises in a simple log and reflect on your improvement. In Chapter 3, we'll tackle emotional fluency, talking feelings in English.
Thanks for listening to your English podcast. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, rate, and share your Chapter 2 practice on social media with number Describe in English. See you in Chapter 3.
Next chapter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your English podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emily. We're thrilled you've joined us for Chapter 3 of How to Think in English, Mindset Training Tips. Today we focus on emotional fluency, learning to recognize, label, and express feelings naturally in English.
Emotions are the heart of communication. Being able to name and talk about what you feel helps you think directly in English and connect more authentically. We'll explore 4 core exercises: feeling wheel discussion, role-play scenarios, reflective questions, and mindful emotion labeling.
First up is the feeling wheel discussion. A feeling wheel categorizes common emotions: happy, sad, anxious, excited, frustrated, calm, surprised, etc. We'll each choose one feeling and describe a personal experience.
I'll start with anxious. Last Tuesday, I had to present a new project proposal at work. As I walked into the conference room, my heart pounded so loudly I thought everyone could hear it. My palms turned slick with sweat, and I felt a tight knot in my stomach. I took a slow breath, reminding myself of my preparation. My voice trembled on the first sentence, but after a few words, I settled into the topic. By the end, I felt a rush of relief and pride.
Great description, Jack. Listeners, notice how I included physical sensations, thoughts, and emotional shifts. Now I'll choose excited. Yesterday evening, I discovered my favorite author released a surprise short story online. When I clicked the link, my eyes widened and I grinned ear to ear. I felt a surge of energy, like my chest was ready to burst. I immediately texted my friend, "You have to read this now."
Welcome back. How did your description go? Practicing this builds your emotional vocabulary and confidence.
Now pause and choose one emotion from your feeling wheel. Describe a recent moment with at least 3 details: 1 physical sensation, 1 thought, and 1 action.
Next are role-play scenarios, comforting a friend and expressing gratitude. Use these scripts or adapt them.
Comforting a friend. Jack, I'm so frustrated. I missed my flight this morning, and now I'll be late for the meeting. I feel like everything's going wrong. Emily, I'm really sorry to hear that. Missing a flight is so stressful. It's okay. You did everything you could. Let's look at alternative flights or reschedule online. I'm here to help you figure it out. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Exhale.
Use these scenarios to role-play aloud or silently with a partner.
Expressing gratitude. Emily, thank you so much for covering my shift yesterday. I really appreciate it. Jack, of course. I'm happy to help. You've helped me out many times, so this was a chance to return the favor. I'm glad everything went smoothly. Just let me know if you ever need anything else. Your thanks mean a lot to me.
For example, after comforting, I might think, I felt supported. I thought, I'm lucky to have a friend like this. Next, I would ask, can you help me plan my next steps?
Now, reflective questions. After any emotional exchange, ask 1. How did that make me feel? 2. What thoughts went through my mind? 3. What would I say next if the conversation continued?
Next, mindful emotion labeling. Throughout your day, pause when you feel an emotion and label it in English. I feel proud. I'm nervous. Aim for 5 labels per day.
Listeners, answer these in English after your practice or real interactions.
Here's your practice challenge for Chapter 3. 1. Feeling wheel entry. Describe one emotion daily with 3 details. Second role play drill. Comfort and gratitude once this week. 3. Reflective Q&A. Answer the 3 questions after each practice. 4th, emotion labeling. Pause 5 times daily to label emotions.
Before we wrap up, let's cover common challenges. 1. Not finding the right word, use a simpler term. 2. Overanalyzing, keep reflections brief. 3. Awkward role play, focus on practice, not perfection. Keep a log of your entries. In Chapter 4, we'll dive into shadowing and self-talk techniques.
Thanks for listening to your English podcast. See you next time.
Next chapter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your English podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emily. We're excited to bring you Chapter 4 of How to Think in English, Mindset Training Tips. Today we're exploring 2 powerful techniques, shadowing and self-talk.
These techniques will help you think and speak in English without hesitating. We'll cover the shadowing exercise, setting up self-talk routines, mindful pauses, and a combined role play.
First, the shadowing exercise. Shadowing means listening to a short audio clip and speaking at the same time, matching pace, intonation, and pronunciation.
I've cued a 20-second news excerpt. First, listen without speaking. The City Council announced today a new program to plant 10,000 trees across urban neighborhoods over the next 5 years. Community volunteers will help maintain these green spaces and promote environmental education among local schools.
The City Council announced today a new program to plant 10,000 trees across urban neighborhoods.
Now let's shadow it together. Repeat with me, matching every syllable.
Community volunteers will help maintain these green spaces and promote environmental education among local schools.
How did that feel? It's challenging. That's why it works. Practice 5 minutes daily with audio you enjoy.
Next, the self-talk routine. Self-talk means narrating thoughts, plans, and reactions to yourself in English.
I'll demonstrate during my morning routine. Okay, Jack. Today is Wednesday, May 21st. Step 1. Get out of bed. Step 2. Stretch arms. Step 3. Walk to the bathroom. Step 4. Fill the sink with water.
You can self-talk silently if speaking out loud feels awkward. Start with 2 minutes per day during a routine task.
Third, mindful pauses. Natural speakers pause to organize thoughts. Let's practice. I'll ask, you pause 2 seconds before answering.
On Saturday, I plan to visit the art museum downtown. On Sunday, I'll meet friends for brunch.
Jack, what are your plans for this weekend?
Your practice plan, insert a 2-second pause before responding in 3 conversations this week.
Notice the pause gave time to frame thoughts in English.
Shadowed.
Now, combined role play. I'll shadow a question, then Emily will pause, self-talk, and respond.
And silent self-talk.
Jack, shadowing. How did you spend your day today?
This morning I did yoga. In the afternoon, a team meeting. This evening, I plan to cook dinner and read.
Great! That combined shadowing, pause, and self-talk.
Common challenges. 1. Shadowing speed anxiety. Slow audio to 0.75 times. 2. Public self-talk embarrassment. Use inner voice. 3. Pause at pressure. Count 1, 2.
Expert tips. Record yourself and compare. Choose engaging content. Alternate techniques daily.
Practice challenge for Chapter 4. 1. Shadow 5 minutes daily. 2. Self-talk for 2 minutes during a task. 3. Insert 2-second pauses in 3 conversations. 4. Do 1 combined role play at home.
Track your practice and note improvements. In Chapter 5, we'll cover from translation to direct thinking.
Thanks for listening to your English podcast. See you next time for Chapter 5.
Next chapter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your English podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emily. You've made it to Chapter 5 of How to Think in English, Mindset Training Tips. Today we'll discuss from translation to direct thinking.
Over the past chapters, we've built a foundation. Now we'll learn to spot translation traps, master collocations, and immerse ourselves so English becomes our reflex.
First, spotting and correcting translation traps. These are phrases we translate literally but need correction.
Here are 3 common traps. 1. I have hunger. I'm hungry. 2. Make a photo. Take a photo. 3. I am agree. I agree.
Listeners, think of one phrase you often translate. Write it down and find the natural English equivalent.
Once you have your trap and correction, say the correct version aloud 5 times. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Keep a trap list on your phone and review daily.
Next, chunking and collocation mastery. Native speakers use word chunks for fluency. Here are 5 chunks.
1. Make progress. 2. Take a break. 3. Have a look. 4. Pay attention. 5. Catch up with.
Practice sentences.
I'm happy to make progress on my English. Let's take a break and grab coffee. Could you have a look at my notes? Please pay attention during the lesson. I need to catch up with my friend this weekend. Pause and create 2 sentences using these chunks. Say each 3 times.
Now, advanced immersion strategies. We'll cover 5 tips. Device language, mental mapping, dream journaling, content bubble, and speaking partnerships. 1. Switch your devices to English to reinforce daily vocabulary. 2. Write your to-do list and plans only in English. 3. Keep a dream journal by your bed and write any dream fragments in English. 4. Spend at least 30 minutes daily consuming English media you enjoy. 5. Find a speaking partner for 10 minutes of English conversation daily.
Integrate these into your routine to make English your reflex.
Now, let's simulate a daily routine entirely in English. I'll narrate and Emily will shadow key chunks.
I'm hungry, so I'll have breakfast.
I wake up at 7 a.m. feeling refreshed.
I'll have a look at my emails and pay attention to urgent messages.
I plan my day. Buy groceries, work on podcast, exercise.
In the evening, I'll record the podcast and write in my dream journal, I dreamed of flying.
In the afternoon, I'll catch up with my colleague for a quick call.
That's a snapshot of an immersively English day.
Congratulations! You've completed all 5 chapters. Next steps, review challenges, habit stack, share with friends.
If you enjoyed this series, subscribe, leave a review, and share your progress with hashtag Think Directly in English.
Thank you for joining us on your English podcast. Keep thinking in English and watch your fluency soar.
Thanks for listening to your English podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Remember, the more you listen, the more you learn. Practice speaking. Practice listening. And don't forget to join us next time for more fun and easy English conversations. Until then, take care and keep learning English every day.